Hello, everybody, and welcome to a quick little Hayvering. We're just going to be doing a post-mortem of week 1 of Masters. Talk about what was good, what was not so good. Talk about the news TM that we got announced at the end of Sunday. But yeah, let's get into it. I thought that last week was really good to watch. I thought it was a really refreshing Smite Tournament, brand new meta. We got some different teams to watch. We got some different casters, which I thought was awesome. I really liked seeing the SCC guys out there. And I think that the SCC teams did themselves justice as well as the casters doing themselves justice. So this will be spoilers for the games, obviously, but none of the SCC teams made it through. Hex Mambo did beat an SPL team, which was impressive. I feel like the Niflheim Wargs, which is Davey and Preds and stuff like that, did a great job. And I actually thought the Valkyries looked pretty impressive in the end. It took them a bit to warm into the tournament, I feel, but they definitely looked like they were competitive at the end. Like, we meme EU over NA, but I think that on another day, the Valks definitely could have beaten the Wargs and made it into the main bracket. But yeah, we then the other NASCC teams and the Scarabs playing with 2 subs, pretty disappointing. NASCC teams, the other 2 didn't really show up the way we'd hoped they would, I guess. But yeah, and then you got into the SPL portion of the bracket, and I guess that's when we got some drama. The Gladiators get pretty soundly defeated by, I mean, I say soundly. They could have won in game 2. They game 1, they had an awful start. Bobby died a couple times. He died twice before hitting level 3, I think it was. In lane, as they had Sylvanas Ram, and they got just fully owned by, I think it was Maui Hachiman. Just sundered and beat on. I don't really know. I don't know. I haven't played Sylvanas in a hot minute, but I feel like surely you should be death-proof in that lane. But they weren't. They died, and then they proceeded to feed, and they got absolutely run over in game 1. Game 2, Snoopy had a great game on the E-Shell, opened things up, looking really strong. But they just, mid-game, started making mistakes. Johnny actually had an awful start to that game. Was feeding, but then got a pentakill later on. So I suppose we let him away with it. It was pretty nice. But yeah, that happened. Outside of that, well, Mamba went on to play the Warriors. Warriors looked their usual selves. Could have easily lost game 1 off of a bit of a Panatom throw, which we don't see often. But they got away with it. Still managed to take that one home. Titan on 200 HP or something like that. A little bit of a throw by Spud and maybe Hawk as well on the Titan push. But it's difficult. It's really difficult to organize those and to not make mistakes. That's why I don't like panic ends. I would have preferred them just to go 2 Phoenixes. But anyway, other side of the bracket, the Dragons crushed the Kings and looked really good doing it. They were the ones who I felt like had made the most visible adjustments for the meta and played the most around it. We saw both teams rotating everybody over for the first beacon spawn and stuff like that, which was super fun. But the Dragons, a bit of a surprise package, looked really, really good. I thought the Kings would be the ones who would turn it around coming into the new meta, but the Dragons, touch wood, didn't look like they've been looking thus far this year. Let's just say that. And the Hounds continued to look great in their win over the what is their name? The Ravens. The Hounds looked pretty great in that. Ravens questionable draft game 2, in my opinion. I really didn't like their game 2 draft. They threw it all at the wall, tried to see what would stick. Flora's leaving. Got a little bit of cat cam in this video. Yeah, there was a little bit of post-tournament-ish drama. So we can show this first. Bobby. All right, we can zoom this in so you can actually see it. Can't expect to win when we don't scrim. GG's to them. Kha'Zix had a super underappreciated tourney. Agreed, Kha'Zix was great. This, you shouldn't, in my opinion, tweet this straight after you lose. It's just kind of it comes off as salty, but I understand why you would say it. In the moment, you're frustrated. People are probably making fun of him. Bobby gets a lot of shit. Deals with it fairly well. He did have an awful game 1, but he had a great game 2 on the Maui. It wasn't enough for them to win, but we've heard from other sources, this is hearsay, so let's not go around like shitting on people and stuff like that. But I've heard that this is in reference to Snoopy and Scary, I guess not being around to scrim for whatever reason. But yeah, we'll see. I cannot see this Gladiators team staying together. I just think it's untenable, especially once something like this comes out. Like the team won't recover, and that game 2 loss was super rough. So they'll be making roster changes. I am almost certain. A long time to do it, apparently. Long off period here. I think 2 months. People is the amount of time people have been banding around for SPL teams who didn't qualify into next week. So that's a long while. I imagine they'll have something in the middle there, some kind of all-star match or charity thing or something like that, but we'll see. Outside of that, sad news that Dolson announced he is leaving the casting team yesterday, which was Sunday. The last day of this first week of the tournament was his last day at high res. So super sad to see him go. I think the best play-by-play caster we've got, possibly the best play-by-play caster Smite's ever had. But he mentioned that he's basically doing it because the work schedule has become untenable for him. Like working Wednesday to Sunday every week, it affects your social life. It's difficult, especially if you've got say if he's got, I don't know, we're on the move. Damn, we're getting some real cat content today. Especially if he's got a partner or whatever and he wants to spend time with them and you just don't have weekends, it becomes really difficult. So he's decided to leave and he's going into a completely different field apparently. But yeah, that was the sad news. So yeah, we'll be going into next week. I didn't even mention the Ferryman. The Ferryman also played and won against... who did the Ferryman beat? Hang on, Paul. You can do this. The Ferryman played against the... Oh, God. I've lost it. Kings versus Dragons. Who did the Ferryman play? Are they out? I gotta pull it up. Holy, this is what happens when you haver too much. You don't know what even happened. The Ferryman played against the Ravens. No, the Leviathans. The Leviathans. Of course, they played against the Leviathans. Kind of owned them, from what I remember. Let's pull it up. Let's see what actually happened. Pretty low kill games. Baskin cooked on the Thor, apparently. That's what I've got from pulling up the stats in game 1. Game 2, it was Baskin Thor again. Don't even remember those games very well, I'll be honest with you. Must have been really uninspiring. Oh yeah, Zantman played Saul. I remember that. He got the Bastions. What a smart pick. Anyway, yeah. Leviathans looked uninspiring. I keep saying uninspiring. I need to stop saying it. Styx Ferryman versus Hound should be a good match, and Warriors versus Dragons. Those are the 4 teams left. I actually think Dragons versus Warriors, to me, at the moment, looks like a final. Both those teams looked absolutely fantastic in the new meta. Warriors almost bled. They almost bled up against Mambo, but still went 2-0. But that'll be a great match. And Hounds versus Ferryman, I think I would expect the Hounds to take that, but you never know with the Ferryman. It's Tournament Paul, Tournament Aurora, Tournament Cyclone Spin. And Sino, maybe he's found some gods. Who knows? He did run the ESA in those games, didn't he? From what I remember in one of them. And I think he cooked on it. What did he play? Oh, I'm on the wrong team. Anyway, I've havered enough. That's enough. It's been my first day back at work. Sorry, it's like midnight. I'm my brain not doing good. So yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out this weekend. Thanks for watching the video. Drop a like, please. I'd appreciate it. Probably does something good. Who knows? But I'll be back next weekend for games Saturday and Sunday, best of 5s. So 2 semifinals, a final, and a third place match. I hope the third place match is best of 3. I'm a hater of third place matches. But yeah, also overall in this tournament, I've liked the format. I like to see more SEC matches. Some people might think there was too much emphasis put on the SEC, but I think it's good to get to showcase that talent. to show that it's still there, and mid-season, give the SPL boys a little bit of a kick up the arse and let them have a look at what talent's coming through. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I've been Hazer. This has been Hayvering for real, and I'll see you next time. Bye.